Hello friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Hegfreeze. Today I am bringing you 5 entitled parent stories, 2 of which are sequels to the main story. Keywords include dog, suicide attempt, and false accusations of rape. Just sit back and enjoy. Your dog could have killed my children even if they were trespassing. So, my back garden has a large fence with a hedge along it. This is mirrored with a house on opposite. The neighbors who live on the other side of the hedge are alright, bit weird and quirky, but for the most part they are fine. They have 2 young girls, I would say age 3 and 4. Very friendly, always shouting through the fence, making conversation. They are great. Also in the story is my fluff ball, who's now a big fluff ball German Shepherd. She's good with kids but quite defensive of her area. You can see where this story is going. Now, Fluffball does like to bark at these girls through the fence. It is dense and about 15 feet high, so she's purely barking at them playing. When this happens, I go out and call her back in as she's fairly loud. This brings me to yesterday. It was nice out, so I had the back door open. I hear the barking start again, as per usual when the young girls are outside playing. I go out, work her back inside, speak to the kids as normal, and go back to my movie. Few minutes go by and the barking starts again. I finish the scene I was watching and mooch outside to collect her again. This time, her head is kinda in the hedge. There is small gaps in the fence, so I suppose she's getting a better look. I go out and pull Fluffball out of the hedge and the 2 girls are sitting in the hedge. On our side of the fence, God knows how they got over it. They are in there, poking Fluffball with a stick in the face. Of course, dog is going completely mental kill mode. Small snack-sized children, stranger in her property being poked in the face. I actually felt sick. If Fluffball had gotten into that hedge, she could have mauled them. I take the dog back inside and close the door so she can come out, have the 2 girls out the hedge and ask what the hell they were doing nicely. They say they wanted to play with the doggy. I let them off. They're 2 young kids, probably have no idea what potential danger they could have been in. In come entitled mother and entitled father, the top parents who throughout all of this were sitting in their garden having a smoke. I call to them. They come over to the edge of the fence that has no hedge by it. Their first thing they blurt out is, "What the hell are you doing by my kids? You're abducting them." Okay then. I explain the situation. Parents blamed me for allowing them to climb the fence. Interesting point of view. I go on with how my dog could have seriously injured them. You need to keep a better eye on them. Obviously, me questioning their perfect parenting was crossing the line. I pass the girls back over the fence to entitled father, who is staring at me with the devil's eyes, and nothing more was said. Today, knocking on the door. Animal control officer and the police officer at the door. Claims I have been reported for owning a dangerous dog and that it has bitten a young neighbor. Slightly confused, I invited them in. Fluffball charges past me and jumps up to them trying to lick their faces. She likes people once she knows them. I explain my side of the story and they say that one of the girls has a cut on her arm, which is strange because I was the one who took them out of the hedge and checked them over. There was no cut. After talking again for a while, they leave and will get back to me after they've spoken to the family. And now the update, which has been written 8 hours later. So I have now heard back on the report from the family. The younger girl has a few welts on her arm, likely from the sharp branches in the bush. Officer's word, not mine. Now, obvious bite marks and the child didn't say she had been bitten. They were out playing this evening, Fluffball still barking at the hedge, so everything seems back to normal. 2-year-old called through the fence if she can come play with the puppy on another day because she's grounded. Bit harsh grounding a 2-year-old, but parents will be parents. The person who wrote this story also decided to give us a nice picture of Fluffball in his garden. What do you guys think? Could this doggo be capable of harming anyone? Leave your opinions in the comment section below. Crazy entitled mom yells at me for turning her son gay, then demands money to help her son's trauma. Backstory. So I'm 19 and I'm from Bulgaria. When I was 17, I moved to England and started a long-distance relationship with my current girlfriend. About a month ago, I moved to America to live with my girlfriend and this story happened around a week ago. Obligatory excuses here. 1. Mobile. 2. English isn't my first language. Me, you'll never guess. GF, girlfriend. RM, roommate. EM, entitled mom. K, kid, around 10-11. Story. So I was out in the driveway of the house cleaning up the leaves that always seem to come and set on our area but nowhere else. Anyway, the entitled mom walks past and stops at our gate. EM. Clears throat and smiles. Me. Oh, hi there. Keep in mind that I have a relatively thick Bulgarian accent. EM. Are you new here? I haven't seen you around before. Me. Oh, yeah, I am. I just moved in with my girlfriend. EM. Well, it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. At this point, the kid was staring through the bars at what I was doing. He seemed to be entranced by my cleaning. EM. So, is girlfriend home? Yes, she's just upstairs with my roommate. EM. So why are you doing the cleaning instead of her? I was taken aback by this and stopped cleaning for a moment, dropping the dustpan and brush into the rubbish bag I had been using. Me. Excuse me? EM. Well, cleaning isn't a man's job. You should be working or doing do-it-yourself. I'm quite skinny and even the baggy hoodie I was wearing showed that I obviously wouldn't be very good at do-it-yourself. Me. I'm sorry, but since when have chores been gendered? At this point the EM laughed as if I'd asked something extremely stupid like what color the sky was. EM. It's a well-known fact that women do all the housework. Me. I don't know what planet you're living on, but here on Earth we gave up on that crap long ago. It's fine for people of any gender to do any job they like. The EM looked at me dead in the eye and gave me a half smile. EM. Are you gay? What? No. EM. Then why are you doing a woman's job? Kid. Mommy, can we go? I need to tidy my room before my friends come around. The EM took what her kid said like a lap to the face. She turned to me with daggers in her eyes. EM. How dare you? Me. What did I do? EM. How dare you abuse my son? Me. How the hell did I abuse your son? EM. You're telling my son that it's okay to be gay. You're turning my son gay. That's abuse and harassment. The kid then started crying and EM told him to run home. I was happy that the kid was gone. Now I could let loose on his mom without swearing in front of a child. I never really understood how other people on here stay calm and respectful in this situation. Still say ma'am and not swearing at all. Must be an American thing, but I'm not American. But before I can say anything, the EM speaks again. EM. We shouldn't let filthy immigrants like you into this country, disrespecting our people and brainwashing our children. That was it, the straw that broke the camel's back, I stated very bluntly. Peace off. The EM was taken aback by this and stood there for a second, white-faced. EM. You little... I cut her off. No, screw you. Screw your prejudiced and homophobic views. Get the crap off my property and never come back, you miserable cunt. EM. People like you shouldn't be allowed to own property in a country they don't belong in. Then she hit me, so I hit back. I caught her in the nose and she stumbled back before screaming bloody murder. EM. Assault! Assault! This illegal immigrant assaulted me! I was ready to assault her again, but at this point my girlfriend and roommate had come outside. Girlfriend. Shakes her head at me in disbelief as I hurl insult after insult at the EM in Bulgarian as she continues to insult me. Roommate tries to calm everyone down, but to no avail. EM. You should be locked up, faggot! You should be deported! You effing immigrant scum! Girlfriend took me inside after that as roommate stayed to talk to the lady. I was shaking with rage and it took me hours and a nice bath for me to calm down. And according to roommate, the EM left not long ago after I did, swearing that I had traumatized her son. I figured that was the end of it. The next day I woke up, looked out of the window and saw EM stood there arms folded. I sighed and walked downstairs to talk to her. The second I walked out she confronted me. EM. Well, hand it over. Me. Hand what over? EM. The money. What money? EM. The money that you owe me for traumatizing my son. I laughed, the harsh barking sound echoing around the area. EM. Don't laugh, this is serious. You turned my son gay and now he needs counseling, which you will pay for. I just slowly shook my head and went back to my warm bed. Now folks, I will read you the 7 days after sequel written by the same user. Title is Entitled Mom calls my girlfriend a slut, accuses me of raping my girlfriend and kidnapping her son. So, me and my girlfriend were at Walmart to get some basic stuff just to get us through until payday. My girlfriend was getting the stuff we wanted while I was admiring the guns they had on sale, even though in America I'm not old enough to own one. In Bulgaria we had quite a few. My older brothers liked guns, and I was being reminded of home. The next thing I knew, my girlfriend was next to me. Girlfriend: that crazy mom is here. The crazy mom? Oh, crap. Let's leave quick. Do you have all the stuff? Girlfriend: yeah. We hurried over to the checkout and groaned. There were 3 people in front of us, carts full. We were about to go for another checkout when who should step in line but the EM and her poor kid. Now, let me make this clear. We hadn't had any problems with this mom in days. In fact, we had barely seen her. Her son is really nice and kind. He apologized for her previous outburst. So I do feel sorry for the kid. Anyway, we heard a throttling behind us and turned around to face her. She stood there, obviously annoyed with the lack of moving line, but was looking directly at us. She was looking my girlfriend up and down, taunting. At the time, my girlfriend was wearing a white dead meat hoodie and a mini skirt. Now, when I say mini skirt, I mean it was pretty short. I liked it. Seeing as the EM hasn't caused a problem yet, we ignore her until we hear this sneering comment. EM: how is dressing that slutty allowed? I didn't realize what she said at first because, having lived in England, I was more used to the word slag, but my girlfriend did, and she did not like it at all. I told her to ignore it, but she wasn't listening. She had turned around to confront EM. Girlfriend: excuse me? EM: oh look, the bastard has himself a slutty little girlfriend. Guess he isn't a faggot after all. I actually took a step back. It seemed unbelievable to me that someone could be so antagonistic. The lady just in front of us turned around and looked as if she was about to say something, but turned away. The cashier looked like she was about to die and looked at me with pity. My girlfriend was speechless, but that was nothing compared to what she said next. EM: ha! I bet you're only his girlfriend because he raped you and now you're pregnant and don't want him to leave you. That's why you're dressing so slutty, so that another guy will swoop in and take you away. That's it, I thought. I'm about to go to prison for snapping her neck, but then I noticed that kid was gone and took the opportunity to remove myself from the situation and looked for him. As I left, I saw everyone in the line's face, a mix of shock and disgust. After I got a few aisles away, I found Kay stood on his tiptoes trying to grab something from the top shelf. I squatted down to his level. Hi there, what are you doing over there? Kid: I don't like it when my mom yells, so I came over here to grab this. Me: you know you shouldn't run off without telling your mom. What if something went wrong? Kid: I guess. At this point, I could hear the racing voices getting closer but didn't register it. Me: how about we go back to your mom, huh? Kid: okay. Me: handling him $2. Get yourself some chocolate or something. Kid: thank you. He smiled. He managed to get a half of his hand onto the object he was grabbing, but pulled it off of the shelf too hard. I yanked him out of the way as the object hit the ground where he was standing. I looked down and smiled at him before a shrill shriek broke the air. EM: he's trying to kidnap my son. You can all see he's holding my son. Me: gently lowering the kid to the ground. No, he almost got hit by that toy. I stopped him. EM: obvious lies. You're a child molester and a rapist, and I'm calling the police. Me: well, if you were a good mother, your kid wouldn't be in danger, you fat, filthy bee. I saw that the kid was uncomfortable and left EM standing there, gasping like a fish out of water. I rejoined my girlfriend who had paid and headed back to our car. The second we got in, my girlfriend hugged me and began sobbing. I drove home and put her to bed with some nice homemade soup. Your suicide attempt ruined my reputation. Suicide trigger warning. So a little backstory. I have been struggling with depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, and PTSD for years. I used to live in a toxic home with a very entitled, abusive, and controlling mother. I was extremely depressed and I hated life. I had finally had enough, and so I tried to kill myself. It did not work, obviously, but I nearly died and was rushed to hospital. When we got there, my mom was extremely worried about me, as any mother would be. Or so I thought, but once I was admitted into the psych ward, that's when her entitlement came out. When I was in there, I was allowed an hour of visiting time every other day. My mom used this time to tell me how my suicide attempt made her look bad, and what will my co-workers say when they find out that my daughter tried to kill herself, and you doing this has made me look like a bad mother, and other things like that. My entire hospital stay, my mother kept telling me that if I said anything bad about her, tell the truth, I could get her fired and ruin her career more than I already had. So being a scared 15-year-old, I lied and protected her when I was supposed to be healing. After I left the ward, I was put into therapy, and my mom talked to my therapist and said that her main concern were the lies I had said about her, not the fact that her kid tried to kill herself, no. She was more concerned about me telling people about the abuse and making her look bad than her own kid trying to end her life. Also, she insisted on being there in the therapy session with me and would often hijack the sessions and use them for herself, or try to. I had an amazing therapist that would not take her BS, and they fought a fair few times. Not the classic entitlement story, but the fact that she thought her reputation was more important than my life and mental health really pisses me off even to this day. This was 4 years ago and I am in a much better place now. I moved out the next year and I am now thriving. Alright everyone, that was everything I had for today. I will be back tomorrow with a new video. Make sure you check that one too. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe for future videos. Peace!